All right, welcome. I am Seth Green. I am your host. We are here today to talk. I can talk. We're here today to talk about LinkedIn marketing secrets to take your practice to the next level. Who am I? Why are you listening to me? Well, I've been interviewed on NBC, CBS, in Forbes, in Inc., pretty much everywhere else. I've written 8 best-selling marketing books, a number of them for financial advisors. I have been a top producing financial advisor for the last 20 years. I've also been interviewed in Registered Rep, Insurance Newsnet, Insurance WebEx, a whole bunch of other industry trade journals that you probably have read. Maybe not my article, but you've read. That's me and my wonderful wife, Rebecca, and our kids, Max, Lily, and Ella, at my book signing for book 7 at Barnes & Noble, which was before COVID. So that was really fun to get to do a book signing and have people I never met come up and ask for my autograph when they bought my book. I co-host the number 6 rated podcast in 2019, according to NASDAQ, and we're trying by the end of the year to push that number up higher than 6. The number 6 rated show, Sharkpreneur, with Kevin from Shark Tank, who was on the first 3 seasons of Shark Tank. And then I've been interviewed on, we've done 500 episodes of Sharkpreneur, and I've been interviewed on a couple hundred other shows, including the Harmon Brothers from Poop to Gold podcast, which I thought was really fun because they're the kings of viral video. Also, I've been the only person in history ever nominated for Dan Kennedy's prestigious Marketer of the Year award 3 years in a row, back to back to back. But we're not here to talk about me, and I'm not saying that to impress you. I'm just telling you that's why you're going to listen to me as I teach you LinkedIn marketing secrets to take your practice to the next level. Now, these are LinkedIn strategies that are working literally right now, every single day in my practice and in the practice of the marketing clients that my marketing firm serves. So not only do I own a marketing company that will do this for you, and will certainly give you an opportunity if you want to talk about that at the end, but it's working in my practice right now. It's worked throughout COVID. This is an actual campaign that I'll show you that generated over 102 leads. Now I hear advisors tell me all the time, oh, I can't market, it's COVID, I can't do seminars, the webinars aren't converting, people don't show up, they don't stay, they don't book appointments. I got to market less because of COVID, because people are scared. Stock market's at an all-time high. They might be scared of something, but they're not scared of buying and invest. They're not scared of investing. So let's dive right in. I want to make sure, I want to hope we got an hour. I want to see if I want to be respectful of your time. And I want to see if I can pull off time to do some live analysis, creating lists for you of your target market or looking at your profiles live. The first thing, and I hope you got a piece of paper, some paper and some pen to take notes because I talk really fast in case you haven't figured that out yet. So we're talking with LinkedIn profile optimization because the first thing on LinkedIn might actually rank higher. If somebody Googles you or the name of your firm, if you're independent or your RIA, they may actually find your LinkedIn profile before they even find your own website, which is crazy. So your LinkedIn profile has to be optimized. What does that mean? This is not optimized. So let's make this as interactive as we can. I'll toss out a question. What's wrong with her profile? Give me some comments in the chat box. Let's make this interactive, which will give me time to drink and breathe. What's wrong with her profile? Basic, says Julie. That's right, she's basic. My wife just read former reality star Stassi Schroeder's book called Basic. It was a little bit different. Little detail, yep, Christian, you're absolutely right. So the first thing is this space, this big blue space, that's LinkedIn's default header image, which does nothing. It does not move the sale forward. It does not call out to your target market. It does do nothing. So she wasted all that free real estate. Don't do that. Number 2, her picture. That's a selfie. And you can see there's a shelf or something in the background of her picture. She's smiling, which is, I've seen so many pictures where people are like, serious. People got to know you, like you, trust you, right? You got to be warm and engaging. My wife tells me to soften the edges all the time. She's right. Thankfully, she's not watching this to hear that, but she's right. Now, okay, so we got her header is non-existent. Her picture is a selfie. Her title just says CFO. Now, here's the crazy part. It's just 3 initials. Now, technically, she's assuming everyone knows what CFO means, which we do. But you've got like 180 characters. You've got like 2 sentences worth from a title. LinkedIn, to show up in a LinkedIn search, LinkedIn has to know what to rank your profile for. One of the things, they can't index your picture, right? But they can, the first thing they index is your title. So put your keywords, put your call out to your target market in your title. I'll show you an example of how to do this in just a minute. And then her about is non-existent. So let's move off Michelle. We've thrown her under the bus. This is Leslie. Now, Leslie took one step up from the blue background and picked the default yellow, orchid, lilac, whatever kind of flower that is that LinkedIn provides, which again, does not move the sales forward at all. Now, Leslie looks like she tried to have a professional picture taken. It looks like it's in a studio of some kind. But the problem is her picture's low resolution, like it's grainy. You can see it, right? And the background, it looks like the tree is growing out of her head. So she did a little bit better than Michelle, but not by much. She added the word consultant to her title, but again, all that free real estate. And her about is filled with corporate meaningless jargon. You are right, Rob. No information, no personality. CFO business resources give small to medium-sized organizations access to CFO level knowledge, expertise, and services, rather incurring the cost of a full-time CFO. Services available on a project-by-process basis or on an as-needed basis, or whatever you want way to give me money, I will take your money, is basically what she's saying. So I don't know, why do I need CFO level knowledge? Why is your knowledge better than mine? Who do you serve? Small to medium-sized organizations. That's every business that's like not a Fortune 500 company, right? Like that's not a target market. So let's look at Chris Hoover. Now, Chris has the best picture so far because it's in front of a plain background, other than the glare on his glasses, which if you wear glasses, you know. That's why I'm not wearing mine, because there'll be a glare and I'm not blind without them. So if you get your picture taken, know that there's going to be a glare and you would need some professional photo help to edit that out if possible. Now, he's still using the blue background. After his name, he put CPA. He's an accountant, and he's also a CFO specialist. What does specialist mean? I don't know what that means. And if I look at his about, senior financial executive with a proven track record of maximizing shareholder value, maintaining a sound balance sheet, and mitigating risk, demonstrated ability to support growth at multi-entity, multi-state, highly regulated. It's all corporate jargon. It doesn't mean anything. I don't know what he actually does, or who he does it for, or why he does it. So we're going to get to the right way to do that in just a second. Look at this. This is an about section. Your about section should be written like a sales letter. It's your commercial to your target market. So this is Jeremiah Demaray, a friend of mine who has the Gmail address. It's the only place he uses is on LinkedIn. So he knows exactly how many people email him from LinkedIn every day, or zero. He knows, he's literally telling you, he's got a bit.ly form URL to his calendar, so he knows how many appointments he gets from LinkedIn every day. It literally says, if you're an insurance agent or a financial advisor, here are some ways, here's some results he's done, here's some testimonials. Like, he's convincing you to talk to him right there, which is what your about should do. It should be indexed for your target market so they can find it when they search for you, so LinkedIn shows it to them. And it should be a sales pitch, not for your product or service, not for your investment philosophy or your RIA, because you have to warm them up first. You can't get married. Don't try and get married on the first date. The whole point of your about section should be to get them to want to talk to you, just to have a conversation. So don't walk to a bar, see a girl you've never met, and ask her to marry you. You'll get slapped. You'll get a drink in your face. You got to date first. You got to get them to go on a date with you. And before you go on a date, you got to get her number. Forgive the dating analogy. So you got to get them to give you your number. So this is mine. I'll teach you a hack in just a minute, but you'll notice I've got my media bar. I've got a phone number that's only on LinkedIn, so I know who calls is calling from LinkedIn. My picture is the magazine cover of Success Magazine that I was on the cover of, and that picture is a professional picture that took for the photo shoot to be on the cover of the magazine. So not only is it a good picture, but I didn't wear my glasses and I'm smiling and I'm happy, but it's also showing this cred of he was on the cover of a magazine. Now, if you look at my title, you'll see I'm establishing, again, Inc., Forbes, Registered Rep, Insurance News, Net, 7 times bestselling author. That's actually 8. I got to change it. And then it says referrals for financial advisors. So if you search in LinkedIn, I will come up. And then if you look at my about section, the first sentence, attention financial advisors, finally get the referrals you deserve from accountants and attorneys. Did I give you a reason to click the See More button? If you are a financial advisor or a financial advisor and you want referrals from accountants and attorneys, you will click that button. You will read the mini sales letter I have written. And a large percentage of you will be clicking the link and go watch the video and set up a time to talk. So that's what it needs to look like for your target market on the investment side. And I'll show you our investment campaigns and our 401k rollovers, because so many people changed jobs during COVID. So it was a good time to do it, still is. I'll show you that in just a minute. So the keys to optimizing your profile: you need a good photo. If you have to pay a few bucks to go to a local photo place in the mall that's not closed all the way or whatever, go get a professional picture if you don't have one. Also, make it current. I saw a speaker at an event last year, and if you looked at the brochure for the event where they had the catalog of all the speakers and what they were going to talk about to sell you the ticket, her picture was from 20 years ago. And when she got on stage, I was like, who is that? I thought this was supposed to be so-and-so speaking slot. And then I looked, I'm like, oh my God, her picture is 20 years old. She looks way different. I think she had some work done, if you know what I'm saying. Like, make your picture current. You need a descriptive title that calls out to your target market and tells them what you can do for them. You need a thorough about section that's a mini sales letter to get people to want to talk to you. And you need correct contact information. I can't tell you how many people we've found the email's wrong, the phone number's wrong, the website's wrong. Oh, I haven't looked at my LinkedIn in years. Well, you're missing the boat. Oh, we've got somebody raised their hand. Who raised their hand? I can't see my screen. Who raised your hand? If you have a question, if you want to ask throughout this, please type it in the chat box because I can see that. Okay, so those are the steps to optimizing your profile. Now let's look at the magic that is LinkedIn search. LinkedIn is a gold mine of hundreds of millions of potential clients if you use it right. So there's 2 levels of LinkedIn search. There's regular LinkedIn that's free, and then there's LinkedIn Sales Navigator. I'll show you both. I'm highly biased towards Sales Navigator because you get so much more data. I do not get paid by LinkedIn to tell you that. 75, 86 bucks a month, whatever it is. I don't make any money off of that. They've got no way to track that. I told you to go get it. I don't get a commission. I would prefer Sales Navigator, but I know a lot of people don't have it, so I'm going to show you both. So here I am. I can search by location. So for example, if I want my clients for financial services to be in Western New York where I live, I'm going to search in my region. I can search by what company they work for. So if there's a company in your area that's doing layoffs or buyouts of people's retirement, early retirement, this is a great way to build a list of them. You just go in and find everybody on LinkedIn in your area who works for that company. And then you do one of the 4 campaigns I'm going to show you on those people, talking about, I'll help you with your pension options, or I'll help you with your rollover. You can search for past companies. Where did they used to work? What industry are they in? What college did they go to? I have one advisor who does a ton of business with he's president of the alumni chapter for his school in his city. And he exclusively promotes on LinkedIn to other alumni of his school. First, he invites them to the chapter, come check it out. Then he totally has made a target market of going after people who went to the same college 20, 30 years ago that he did. Now, if I go into Sales Navigator, I can do a lot more. So for example, now I can search by keyword, company size, annual revenue, all kinds of stuff. So for example, I had a client who's in Charlotte, North Carolina, and they wanted to work with the owners of marketing firms. So there are 1,000, if you look at the top right, there are 1,203 owners of marketing firms, according to LinkedIn, in Charlotte, North Carolina. Here's the list. You can then save this list you can export out this list and market to these people for, well, not free because LinkedIn Sales Navigator is like 80 bucks a month, but come on, that's next to free. That's less than a Starbucks coffee a day. Okay, I'm gonna teach you an advanced strategy that it depends on your compliance department if they'll let you do it. But this is a hack to get LinkedIn to tell all of your connections about you. Excuse me. So I put a new position on my profile every single month. I didn't switch companies. I didn't switch broker dealers. I didn't switch marketing firms that I own. I just put a new position for every service that we offer. Because every time you post a new position, LinkedIn will tell every one of your connections that you have a new job. And I'll show you what happens. They will also tell all of your connections every 12 months on your anniversary that it's your anniversary. So I have one position every single month. Now that's a different product or a service. So 1 month it could be 401k rollovers. The next month it could be annuities. The next month it could be insurance, life insurance. The next month it could be portfolio management. So you could do a different one every single month. You're not changing real jobs. You're just changing you're listing a new your service, a different service as a different job. And as you can see, my inbox is filled this month, as it is every month, with people who are saying happy anniversary. Now they're just hitting the congrats button in LinkedIn. That's not enough. And I'm not going to just say thank you and leave it at that. So what I will say to them is I will say, thank you so much. Let's say referrals for financial advisors, because that's one of them, is the position that month. I will say, hey, thanks so much. Have you had a chance to check out referrals for financial advisors yet? An actual message, not just a button click. And they will reply back yes or no. And if they say no, I'll say, hey, you want to watch a short video I created about it? And if they're a financial advisor, they will say yes. If they say, I already checked it out, awesome, let's have a conversation. Are you open to having a conversation about how it can work in your practice? Or let's say I wanted a 401k rollover. Congratulations on your work anniversary. Thanks so much. I saw that you work at XYZ Corporation. Were you affected by the recent round of layoffs? Yeah, actually I was. Hey, and then I'll show you that campaign in just a minute. Are you with me so far? Give me a yes in the chat box. Yep. Jesus raised his hand. Yep. Awesome. Okay. Oh, there's a cute question. Oh, no, that's Harpreet saying yes. Okay. Next up, the power of LinkedIn groups. So LinkedIn groups are amazing because someone else already took the time and trouble, most likely, to build a group filled with your target market for you. So let's say I wanted to work with business owners. I go into LinkedIn search. I click the drop down and click on groups, and I type in Chamber of Commerce, because most business owners are members of the Chamber of Commerce, right? Look at this. There are 3,541 LinkedIn groups of Chamber of Commerces, if that's a word, if that's the plural. So if I'm in San Antonio, the San Antonio Hispanic Chamber of Commerce has 4,187 businesses that are members. If I was, just as an example, if I'm a Hispanic financial advisor or I want to serve the Hispanic business owner market, that's a gold mine. If I'm in Denver, there's a Denver Metro Chamber of Commerce, almost 3,700 members. The Chattanooga Chamber of Commerce has 4,300 members. Here's the Association of Chamber of Commerce Executives. I actually know Lisa. That's who runs the Chambers of Commerce. So now they know all of their members, right? This is one in Buffalo where I am called Buffalo Niagara 360. That has 7,082 business owners and sales professionals in it. Now here's the crazy part. If you click that see all connection button, you can see all 7,082 members. And I could just sit here, not all day, because LinkedIn will say it's spam and shut you down. You have to do the right number. But I could sit here connecting with these, cherry picking and connecting with these people for hours and sending them messages and generating leads. So you got to find the relevant groups to your target market, request to join them, comment and engage authentically on people's posts. Don't just put up your business card and say, come talk to me, come talk to me, come talk to me. LinkedIn is a networking event. Think of it like that. Facebook might be a Christmas party. LinkedIn is a networking event. So if you walked into a physical networking event and walked up to every single person and handed them your business card and said, invest with me, it wouldn't take too many people before somebody dragged you out and kicked you out and said, don't be that sales guy. Don't be that person. So don't do it on LinkedIn. You got to get them to know, like, and trust you before you can ask for business. So offer insights, offer articles, offer tips without being overly salesy. And then consider making what looks like an exclusive offer for members of that group. Hey, I work with a lot of local Buffalo business owners. If you're a Buffalo business owner because you're in this Chamber of Commerce and you want to know the 7 biggest tips to avoid, to saving money on your taxes, or the 7 biggest mistakes business owners make when having a 401k, or whatever it is, you post that link and they comment, boom, you got yourself a real lead. So that segues perfectly into what are the 4 proven campaigns to get their attention. Number 1 is what we call a waterfall campaign. And we call it a waterfall because it goes down the food chain. And this is if you were, for example, let's say I wanted to let's say I was a 401k advisor, because we have a couple of those. And the normal decision maker might be the VP of HR or the CFO. But if I go straight to the VP of HR, she's going to reject me. So I go to the CEO first. I go up the food chain and I say, hey, John, I'm trying to figure out who's in charge of your employee benefits there at Acme Incorporated. Would you mind putting me towards the right person and the best way to get in touch with them? And I'm doing that because John is then going to send an email to Jane, who's the head of HR, and say, hey, Jane, can you talk to Seth, please? Now, Jane's going to treat that totally differently than if I came in cold and tried to sell her something. She's going to think John knows me, and she's going to think she's supposed to do whatever John says because he's her boss. So if Jane's going to agree to an appointment like that because she's going to think that I'm supposed to be working with her. So it's a little backdoor way in, but it works almost every single time. Another thing we do is a Goodwill campaign where we make you into a thought leader. So again, you want to build that know, like, and trust. What if you sent an article about their industry or something relevant to them every week for 3 weeks? Hey, John, came across this article while doing some research for some of my other brewery owners. It's around HR issues for breweries, and it had some key insights. Love to get your thoughts. And I do that 3 weeks in a row, 3 different articles, so that then when I make my ask and say, hey, John, do you want to have your 401, whatever, can I send you a copy of my report on blankety blank, my lead magnet, with the sexy name, of course? John says yes, because you've shown up in his inbox adding value 3 weeks in a row before you asked for anything. You bought him, to use the dating analogy, you bought him 3 drinks before you asked for his number. And hopefully he's not passed out on the floor yet. I came across this article, thought of you. Our Neuro trigger campaign is get a meeting for you based on your track record. So this is tricky because you can't necessarily use testimonials depending on your financial services firm and compliance. However, what you could do is you could use quotes from media articles. So in this case, hey, if you wanted $1.7 million by the age of 65, you need to save $46.97 a month starting at age 25, assuming an 8% rate of return. CNBC reports if you start at 30, you need to contribute $741. Let's find a few minutes to talk about how Ameriprise is providing these results to our clients. So it's a kind of backdoor way because the stat gets through their skepticism and their cynicism because it's something proven. Hey, did you know saving for retirement at age 30 helps families save $1 million, $2 more? Whatever the stat might be. Campaign number 3 is our Power Connector campaign. So this is where it's somebody like an accountant or attorney or somebody else I want referrals from. But I can't lead with that. So I say, hey, I'm looking to expand my network and looking for ways to put my business colleagues together. I checked out your profile, thought we might have some synergies for referrals. And I go do some research ahead of time. And I look at his connection list. And I see who I might want to be introduced to. But I don't lead with that. I lead with people I might be able to introduce to him. I learn about his practice. I learn about his business. I learn about the type of clients he's looking for and say, I think I've got a couple of those for you. Would these be good connections for you? And then, hey, I took a look at yours. I'd love to get introduced to John, Bob, and Steve. How about we swap? All right, now let me share with you a couple actual lead generation campaigns that are literally running right now. So this is a 401k rollover campaign. So I created a list of first and second degree connections of mine in my area who have less than a year of experience, less than a year at their current company, but more than 10 years of experience in their industry, because LinkedIn doesn't let me search by age. Now, if they have been around, but they've only been in their current company less than a year, what does that tell me? Somebody type in the chat box, take a guess. Type in the chat box. If they've been around, but they've only been at their current company for a year. Thomas says rollover, exactly. They switched jobs. Now, they might have an advisor. They might have taken care of the rollover already. But Victor says they left their 401k. Exactly. It's one heck of a lot warmer lead than if I don't know they left their job. So my first message is not, let me help you with your 401k. I can't ask them to get married. I got to date them first. Congratulations. I saw that according to LinkedIn, you changed jobs recently. I hope it was voluntary and for an exciting reason. Are you open to connecting? This works way better than the generic LinkedIn. I'd like to add you to my professional network. Don't send that. Nobody responds to that. He says, yes, I left my job. I got promoted. I switched companies, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then I say, thanks for accepting my connection request. During these turbulent times, people who change jobs often forget about their 401k from their previous employer. Right, Thomas? Are you open to getting an 11-page ebook I wrote about how to protect it from the next stock market crash? If they reply yes, I'm good. I send them the ebook, they read the ebook, they book a time to talk to me. That's the 101 leads I shot, 114, 101, whatever it was, 101 leads. That campaign's still running. I literally got 2 leads yesterday. And people said, yeah, I want to read the ebook. I'm worried the market's going to crash again because there's going to be another COVID spike, because there is. So I sent 1,264 connection requests. 385 of those people accepted my connection request. And then 102 said yes. I mean, where else are you going to get those kinds? I mean, this is B2B, right? LinkedIn is a business to business network. So I can't target affluent baby boomers on LinkedIn. I can target professions. So so you have to think about what professional people, like people say, oh, can you get me in front of people with $1 million in assets? I don't know. LinkedIn's not going to tell me how much money they have. But if they're the owner of a company that does 5 million in sales, they got some money, probably, I would hope. Or if they're a partner of their owner, if they're a partner of their law firm, if they own their medical practice, you got to kind of think differently, because you can't just go by age and income or age and net worth. You got to kind of think differently in terms of what industry and what level, like the owner of the company, the owner of the practice would have the money. Does that make sense? Let's say you wanted, we have one advisor who works with new business owners. He wants to set up their 401k. He also does their employee benefits. So he does more than just the investment side. So how do we find new business owners? We still do the less than 1 year search, but we add the company headcount of self-employed, which means they started their own company. They went out on their own. So this is Robert Hamilton, who left and started the law firm he worked at and hung up his own shingle. This is Paula Fox, who left the company she worked for and started her own human resources consulting firm. See, it says human resources director at self-employed for 5 months. She just started. Now she needs to change the title from self-employed to the name of her company, but she's a trusted business partner and HR advisor with 20 years of experience who just went on her own 5 months ago. So she needs some employee benefits. So you need to optimize your profile. You need to have a good picture and cover photo. You need to have a long title and description with your keywords in it. You need to join groups. You need to drip on people in order to get results on LinkedIn. So before we go into the live demo where we'll take some volunteers in just a minute, how many of you are excited about what we're talking about? And maybe you're a little overwhelmed, right? You're drinking from a fire hose. I talk fast. I'm throwing a ton of stuff at you. but you can see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So how many of you would like more leads from LinkedIn? Give me an I would in the chat box. Stephen Palmer already volunteers. Pick me. This is great. Stephen, you are up first. I would. Awesome. Okay. Is it okay with you how if I share with you how we can do it for you, and then we'll do some live demos? Christian is second. I better make a list. There's a lot of you. I may not remember. Okay. All right. So we have two services when it comes to LinkedIn. I apologize. This is my third webinar today, and I needed a sore throat drop because I've been talking so much. I have back to back. I have one after two after this. Okay, so our LinkedIn makeover, we will create that custom LinkedIn banner image for you. We will write your LinkedIn headline, your LinkedIn job title, your LinkedIn description, your LinkedIn experience, your LinkedIn keyword research, and we will optimize your profile so you get found a whole lot more by the right prospects. We will do the entire LinkedIn makeover. We normally charge $997 for that. It is a one-time fee, you just pay it once. We're doing a special on the webinar, $500. I think it's actually $497, so 50% off. Our done for you LinkedIn service includes the LinkedIn makeover. Plus, we will help you identify your target market on LinkedIn. We'll do the makeover, then we'll search for those ideal prospects. We'll invite them to connect for you. We'll get about 20% of them to respond. It's not going to be as good as mine, depending on what you do, unless you do mine. We'll respond with personalized welcome messages that encourage them to start the conversation. We'll drip on them, then we'll drip on them again, then we'll drip on them again, all to generate you. The goal being generate appointments. Can't guarantee it because they have to respond, but as you saw, it does work. We normally charge $1,500 a month to do that, and we'll connect with about 50 people a day, because that's the limit right now that LinkedIn will let you do. We'll be on LinkedIn for you, as you, every single day. And instead of $14.97, you get 33% off. It's $1,000 a month. You just got to commit to 3 months to give it enough time to work. Now, if you enroll in the next 24 hours, I conduct weekly office hours where you can ask me anything every week live on any marketing strategy to grow your practice. We normally charge $197 for that. I conduct a virtual mastermind group, which is 2 to 3 hours a month on a Friday, where I teach the latest of what's working to grow your practice. We normally charge $297 for that. You will get those if you enroll in the next 24 hours at marketdominationllc.com/LinkedIn. Now, if you sign up while we're still on, I will send you a free subscription to our bi-monthly lifestyle magazine. I'll send you a free subscription to our monthly snail mail marketing newsletter. You'll have an account rep and a project manager here that's going to do the work for you, but you'll also get email access to me. That's $991 a month in bonuses at either level, no matter what you do. So in essence, you're getting the whole thing almost pretty much for free. That is at marketdominationllc.com/LinkedIn. Now, we're going to go do our live demos and analysis of people's profile. So Stephen Palmer, you are first. Can you put a link to yourself on LinkedIn in the chat box? Because there appear to be more than one Stephen Palmer, obviously, on LinkedIn. Christian, since you're second, if you could put the link to your LinkedIn profile, that would be awesome as well. Because when I search Stephen Palmer, I get this. Unless this one's you, Stephen, you tell me. We're waiting for Stephen. It's the first one. All right. Okay. So Stephen has a good picture. That is a professional picture in front of a blank background. There's no glare on his glasses. I wish my wife would tell you to smile a little bit more, but it's a professional picture, so I like it. There's no header image. President, insurance and investment professional. That does not tell me who your target market is, and that is not going to differentiate you in a LinkedIn search. Because if I type in investment professional, everybody with that title is going to come up. We're trying to get you to stand out. And then your about I wake up early every morning excited to do what I do, to embrace the challenges. There are thousands of advisors, but only one me. I'd like to discuss your why with you. So that's beautiful, but it's not indexable and it's not a sales letter designed to get someone to pick up the phone and call you. And there's also no spacing or whatever. It looks like one long paragraph. So I would rewrite that as if you were going after one specific business to business target market on LinkedIn, and then test it for 30 to 90 days and see how much more traction you get. Does that make sense? All right, let's find Christian. All right, ooh, Kristen wins the award for the picture. Kristen has a professional headshot, dark blank background, beautiful smile, awesome. I don't know what the matrix thing is you got going on here. Is this like one of those find the word like that I can never figure out when my kids show me and there's some hidden word in here? I don't know what that is. Get rid of that. Financial advisor at Security and Financial Advisor North Dakota. Again, financial advisor is generic. We got to do call out to your target market. Highly motivated, blah, blah, blah. I have no idea what that is. That is all jargon, man. I love your picture, but this is all jargon. This isn't even about being a financial advisor. I don't know what that means. I don't know who this is for. I got nothing. So that's not going to get indexed, found, or clicked on. Awesome. All right, hang on. Harpreet Sidhu is, I'm trying to, I can't click that. So I'm going to have to type it. Hang on. LinkedIn.com/in/Harpreet. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Let's see if I typed it right. Harpreet, if I'm pronouncing it right, I apologize. Okay, so nice picture, professional. Again, I don't always smile with my teeth either, so that's fine. You've got a Morgan Stanley background, so I know you work at Morgan Stanley, but that doesn't call out to your target market or move the sales forward. It's better than that. It's better than that, so you're the winner so far, but I don't know what, that doesn't move the sale forward. Financial advisor, generic title, more information, please visit my website. Boo, boo to that one. That's one sentence, man. We got more than that. All right, Tom. All right, Tom's got a picture in front of a background, but he's smiling and he looks happy. Again, he's got the corporate Ameriprise background, which doesn't move the sale forward. Financial advisor doesn't move the sales forward. I think you've got, this is generic from Ameriprise, right? Areas of focus, all of them. Come on, you can't be good at everything. I wish, otherwise I'll take lessons from you. You can't be an awesome college planner and an estate planner and an exec comp plan. I mean, you could do one of those, maybe two. Let's say I'm a college planner as a financial advisor, been doing it 20 years. I know nothing about executive comp and would never claim to be able to do it. All right. And again, it's not a sales letter aimed at your target market. Who is your, I help my clients. Who are they? Who do you want? Chris, Charter Oak Wealth Partners. Again, it's branded, but again, it does clarity, consistency, confidence. I don't know what that means. His hair might be a little messy. I can't make it bigger. There we go. All right. He's happy. He's in front of a brick wall, I think, unless it's a mantle behind him. Not bad. Private wealth planner. All right. He's trying to go a little bit upscale. As a private wealth planner, I help my clients. Blah, 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 blah. Massachusetts, Lincoln, America. See, again, dedicated focus, continuity planning, executive planning, wealth management, sophisticated wealth transfer. Again, it's generic financial services stuff. So what if it's like attention privately held business owners with $10 million in revenue? Are you about to, attention privately held business owners, attention business owners, are you about to sell your business for $10 million or more? Your existing advisors, accountants, lawyers don't do this every day. They don't know how to transfer that, handle that sale with the minimum amount of tax implications. Are you going to pay too much in taxes? The vultures are circling. Are you going to make this money last forever? X% of business owners who sell for 10 million or more end up broke or working back at their old company with only like $1 million to show for it later. Like, you can't afford to mess this up. I've got this free report that shows you the 3 biggest mistakes you're going to make, blah, 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 blah. So something like that would be a much better call to action and a much better lead magnet. So again, remember, we're not trying to get them to hire you off of LinkedIn. We're trying to get them to want to talk to you. You've got to tell your prospect enough that they're willing to click a calendar link and go book a time, or that they're willing to click and learn more. They're willing to go to your website. They're willing to get your ebook, your lead magnet, your video, whatever it is, in order to move forward. Like, if I look at your activity, there's no comments. If I look at Harpreet, tired of cookie cutter approach, there's one person. Like, you guys are getting crickets, one reaction. One comment. Oh, that's you commenting on Brenda. Okay, so if I go look at my LinkedIn, watch. All right, I'm gonna go view profile. I'm gonna go look at mine. Okay, let's go look at, where's my post? Activity, there we go. All right, so where's these are people I commented on today. Come on, where I comment a lot because it works. You got to talk to people, right? You wouldn't ignore people at a networking event. There we go, Seth Green. Here we go. Here is an article I wrote about how to differentiate yourself. 18 comments, 436 views. I didn't even like my own stuff. I got to go reply to all these people. But look at all these people comments. See, that's what you need. Like, you need attention independent RIAs that want to break through to $1 billion in AUM, 30 comments. That's engagement, right? That's generating prospects, because you're in front of the right people and you're providing the right content that's engaging with them. So that's how you know you did it right. When you're posting something and you actually have the right audience because you've built that network and you're actually engaging with them and turning them into leads and actually making money on LinkedIn. All right, we'll do one more. Gary Panuzzo. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Gary Senior. Hang on, Gary. Let's pull you up. Okay. All right, so Gary's got a professional picture. I would love for you to smile more, but it's a professional picture. Gary wins the award because it is a stock image, but it's the only one that had a message in it. Today's health protects tomorrow's wealth. It wasn't just a company name. So Gary, you win the award for that one so far. We can make that better, but it's something. It's a slogan, but it's something. Financial services professional should not be all caps, and it's generic. Highly experienced, licensed professional with life, health, insurance. Long accomplished career as a Wall Street trader. Cool. But it doesn't tell me who your target market is or why they should talk to you. And then it looks like you're the only one commenting on your own stuff. Just out of curiosity. Oh, except somebody died. You commented on Betty's thing. All right, so that's not you posting your own stuff. So you get the idea. Oh, I commented on you. Awesome. All right, so I guess we know each other. Awesome. So that's what I got. If you want us to do a LinkedIn makeover for you, or if you want us to do the makeover and our done for you lead generation LinkedIn service every single month, it's marketdominationllc.com/LinkedIn. That page will look like this. Hang on one second. That page will look like this. Get the most out of your premise. You can sign up for the makeover for $500. or you can sign the done for you monthly lead generation for $1,000 a month. So if we don't have any other questions, that's what I got for today. I hope you got a lot out of it. I hope you learned some ideas on how to make LinkedIn work better for you. You are welcome for the critiques. Thank you for thanking me. And I look forward to serving with you. I mean, I thank you for your service if you're military. I look forward to serving you with our awesome team here to help you get better results on LinkedIn. Thanks, everybody.